Florida head coach Todd Golden just shaded the Duke Blue Devils in a comment that I actually can't believe came out of the mouth of an actual national championship winning head coach, and we got to break it down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Duke Basketball 365. If you're a Duke Blue Devil fan, please hit that subscribe button. But I mean, after the game last night, Florida versus Duke, Todd Golden, the Florida head coach, did his post-game press conference and was asked about the reasons why they didn't win the game. He said a whole lot of smart things. We didn't do this right. We didn't do that right. Duke did this, Duke did that. Gave us some credit. And then he brings up this line. I told our guys, to win in a place like Duke, you got to win by 10. You got to be 10 points better than the opponent because they're going to get some calls and every 50-50 is going to go their way. I thought we were about 5 or 6 points better than them tonight. I mean, the whole Duke gets every single call is an argument that you hear from like kids at the playground. I mean, as an actual college basketball head coach, that's not true. And that's not the reason why Duke is as successful as they are. It's not because they have the officials on their side. Now, first of all, we've got to clear the air with one of the calls. The Patrick Gongba non-goaltending call was not a 50-50 call. The basketball bounced off the backboard. That was objectively a blown call by the officials that went our way, and we got lucky that we got that call. So just got to get that out of the way. People are calling, one of the 50-50 calls of Patrick Gongba goaltend or lack of goaltend call. That was a goaltend that should have been called every single time. I'm not sure how the officials missed it. Jay Billis on the call during the game was all over it. The officials should have been on that call, but still, saying that Duke gets every single 50-50 call, even if home teams do usually get a more beneficial whistle because the referees are hearing the home crowd behind them, and when an away team does something, the whole crowd goes, like everyone goes crazy when something big, or when the away team commits an offense, and when the officials go like, did I just see that? And when the whole crowd reacts too, they know that that actually happened and they make the call. So in every home arena, the home team gets a little bit of a hometown advantage. But, I mean, that's just part of being at home. However, this whole narrative that Duke is so good because they get all the calls going their way is, like I said earlier in the video, it's something that you hear out of young kids. It's something you hear out of haters and people that are just frustrated by Duke being as dominant as they are. It's not something that you expect to hear out of a head coach, and a fantastic head coach, a guy who is currently in his 4th year of coaching. Same age and same year of coaching as our head coach, Jon Scheyer. Last night, we beat them by 1 point. Florida Gators, the defending national champions, currently in their first 8 games, already have 3 losses. Not the starts of the season that they were looking for, but they're going to get back on track. They still got Alex Condon. They got Condon, they got Houch, they got their transfer, Boogie Fland from Arkansas. They're going to be just fine. The SEC is going to be tough, but they are going to be just fine. But what I loved about this win for Duke is, again, it was back-to-back games against top SEC programs in Arkansas and Florida, proving that we can win tough games. I mean, it is a lot of the non-conference schedules to start the season. You're going to be playing easier matchups where you're able to get out to a big lead and just coast for the rest of the way. But every single season, Jon Scheyer makes sure that we are not facing a super easy non-conference schedule to prepare us for what is inevitably going to be a tough ACC schedule, which is exactly what we need to be doing. So now Duke 2-0 in games where we were losing in the final 10 minutes of the game is absolutely awesome to see. And what is even better to see is the way that we are winning, and we are winning in a way where people are playing their role to a high level. It's not just Isaiah Evans, as a shooter, hitting the go-ahead shot, clutch shot at the end of the game, which was the highlight of the night, no doubt. And what was an amazing atmosphere, amazing basketball game, the most expensive ticket for a non-conference basketball game this season. The game absolutely lived up to the hype. Isaiah Evans hit that big shot being the shooter, but it's not just Evans. It is Malik Brown, our defender, our guy with the active hands. In theory and in practice as well, he is always getting in the passing lanes, knocking down passes, making big plays. He makes the final defensive play of the game by tipping the inbound pass for Florida, and Cameron Boozer is going absolutely crazy. Cameron Boozer is getting better at light speed, and it is so easy to see why so many NBA scouts are comparing him to Paolo Banchero from 3 years ago for us. Cameron Boozer is getting so good so fast, and it is absolutely amazing to see. I got to keep calling myself out for it, because earlier in this year, I made a video about how there was a trend developing where he went crazy against the bad teams, but then against Kansas and against Texas in the opener, he didn't play so well. But he is, putting me to absolute shame, which is, pretty easy. But he's going absolutely crazy and proving why he's such a highly sought after recruit. Glad to have Cameron Boozer. It's amazing to see him going crazy. But what we have going forwards here, next up, Saturday, December 6th, another really tough matchup versus Tom Izzo's Michigan State Spartans. Going to be another tough fight, as Michigan State always is. I mean, this non-conference schedule is absolutely no joke. You can see on the horizon as well, Texas Tech, a matchup versus JT Toppin, a guy who is most likely going to be a finalist for the Wooden Award, one of the best players in college basketball. That should be another fantastic game. A whole lot of tests for Duke so far. This season, we have been able to pass every single test that we have faced with flying colors. It's amazing to see how the season has been worked out so far. Currently ranked number 3. Excited to see where that number is going to go. Just need guys to continue to play their role. Isaiah Evans, keep hitting threes. Cam Boozer, continue to be the star. More guys, just continue to play your role. We got to see the first start, or not the first start. He started the first game, I believe. But Nik Khamenia back in the starting lineup, showing that Jon Scheyer is not satisfied with what the rotation is currently. He's going to continue to tinker with things and continue to figure out what the best strategy is going to be for this team going forwards. And that's what the tough non-conference schedule to start the year is. So when we get into ACC play, we are putting forth our absolute best foot. I can't wait to see how it works out. But if you stuck around this long in the video, I appreciate you taking the time to watch it all the way through. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and go Duke.